This meeting is being recorded.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Scotty, good looking loser, coming at you with another episode. We have a client of mine. I consider him a friend. I consider a lot of my clients friends now. He just got done doing a boot camp with me last weekend. It was pretty fucking epic. This guy has a very interesting story. Welcome to the stream, Brent. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Okay, yeah, so I'm Brent. I'm pretty far along in game as far as leg count. I'm about 189. Mostly online game, and then recently mostly night game. But I wanted to work with Scotty to get my cold approach up, particularly with day game skills because I haven't done a lot of it. And I mean, we'll get into it, but I think Scotty's world class with day games, so that's why I decided to work with him.
Epic, man. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, this guy, Brent, man, he's a very interesting story. Like I do get a lot of guys who are pretty established and they've had success with women in the past and he's 6'5", I would say above average looking white dude. And that's what goes to show you. It's just, anti-black pill all over the place here. Like he's reached the ceiling. I've always said I don't discount looks and what it could do for you, and it's a part of the puzzle. It's a piece of the puzzle, and it helps, get you in the door, so to speak, or could potentially open more doors. But you still have to. It's what do you do then? It's what's the next chess move? What is the next piece? What is the next thing you got to work on? Because fear permeates all human beings. We have this default anxiety in each one of us, certain degrees of it, obviously. And that needs to be dealt with. And if it's not, you could have wonderful genetics and you still, drop the ball all the time. That's why me and Chris even started, GLL to begin with. We both connected based on this premise. We both, we were getting looked at some of these stupid PUA workshops. Like, what are you two doing here? You know what I mean? And we were like, whoa, okay, this is weird. Like I guess we're, underachieving greatly when it came to, getting girls. And we were considered above average looking dudes. He was 6'2", both in really good shape, white guys. So it's the premise. So I'm getting, ironically now, as I've come back, I've attracted a lot of guys like Brent who are definitely above average. He's got a lot of success with online dating and decent night game results. So yeah, man. Let's get into some of the early stages of the boot camp and what you were expecting and what did you really want to, get out of the boot camp and stuff overall.
Yeah, so I would say number one, I wanted to work with a guy who was way better than me, particularly a day game. And then number two, I wanted one-on-one coaching and very specific feedback tailored to me. And I definitely got that. Scotty is extremely good with girls. I saw you with girls with boyfriends, girls with their moms with their daughters, more sexual situations, not very sexual situations. It didn't matter what it was. You were lock and loaded for anything. For example, we were in a perfume store in Brickell in Miami with it was a pretty bougie perfume store, and we were hitting on girls there who were working there in a pretty fancy store, and I legit thought you were gonna fuck one of the girls, and I think you could have, frankly, if you weren't there with a student after just a couple minutes of talking to her. And that's exactly what I want from a coach. It's world class game. Then we're doing day game, street game in Brickell on this Sunday, and I want to say you went 8 for 8 or 9 for 9 with numbers on difficult street game sets. Stopping girls cold while they were walking, which is tough to do. And they were hot girls too, so I was super impressed. So I wanted a coach who was very legit and not just pretending to be good online, and I got that. Then just the one-on-one feedback, you're really able to tailor things to exactly what what was working for me and what wasn't working for me. So you were you got the high you're 6'5", let's use that to your advantage, but like you're weak here, here, and here. So like here's where you need to focus on. It was just like very specific, like tailored one-on-one feedback that I don't think many dating coaches would have been able to give me. Or just
And
like,
tell us your
yeah,
prior experience with other coaches too, because this guy has been
yeah,
around the block. He's been in the industry for a little while
yeah.
now.
So I've worked with one other coach and did a boot camp with him, and he has a good system. The problem was just that he was working with other students, most of whom were like lower skill levels with me and or had like barely been with any other girls where I was like at 100 leg count or whatever when I took the boot camp. So I can't really get that one-on-one feedback that I needed. Whereas with Scotty, I did a 2-day boot camp with him and it was pure like just one-on-one feedback the whole day. Like very like, you need to address your posture like for X, Y, and Z reasons. It was as specific as you could have wanted it to be. So I was super impressed, just like the level of one-on-one attention. And it's shit that, yeah, maybe I could have figured it out myself eventually, but it would have taken me like 4 years or whatever, as opposed to just like one weekend working with
I
you, right? So
I appreciate that, Nick. Yeah,
yeah,
man. I
and just like
definitely
I think in the whole weekend I had 2 tough blowouts. And like you were like, no, like let's not brush these off. Like let's really like dive into them. And like we were able to get so much insights on what to work on just from those two blowouts. You probably remember what I'm talking about, but
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because it was honestly a rare sight to see because my man was he was torching it like the first day, man. He really came out of the gate.
yeah, we were on fire that first day.
Yeah, the first day, man,
Yeah.
the guy came out of the gate on fire. Really, really impressing me, man. Like he upped my game, and I love being. It reminds me how much of a difference that makes. If you guys are out there listening, if you could find somebody better than you, whatever level you're at, it's going to do wonders for your game. Like it really is. It really it impacted me just being around this dude as well because he's no slouch. Like he's definitely no slouch. He may
No.
be, rough around the edges right now when it comes to like day game and street sets, which is, in my opinion, like 10 out of 10 difficulty, especially in these certain areas we're going to. It's where the big boys play, really. To be able to do that and stop these really hot girls who are basically ruthless. They don't really care. They'll blow past you and shit all the time. Like to assert yourself and get in front of them is really where it's at. You really get to see where you stand in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Really, really, really fucking quickly because they're high risk, high reward. Because these girls, when you do stop them, it's like, fuck, this actually might be a girlfriend. Like she's that captivated by me and that interested in me where, she's willing to stop whatever the fuck she's doing. It's very spontaneous. It's not permissible to be opening sets during the daytime like that. So when they hit, they really hit, and you get some really fine ass chicks that otherwise I probably may not get online or through friends. Like it's so rewarding and so fulfilling to like start getting W's once you start getting in the swing of things. And yeah, man, I think that's what Brent really noticed most was like I really do have love for this shit, man. Like I never really was even think I was going to coach. I just put my heart and soul into it at a very early age, and I did all the coaching. I did the paying and became a coach quickly. But like I don't know, for a while there, I was just helping dudes for free, man. Honestly, I was like, because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Well,
getting to even get paid doing what you love to me is just mind blowing. Like when we have that blessing, we don't realize to just run with it because that's really what it is. It's like, it's crazy. Like when that door opens, take it for sure. So
no, I 100% like I could say confidently in person. Like Scotty's the only guy I've met in person who like loves girls more than me, and like I think that's what you want from a dating coach, right? Like I think the one day we went from like 2 p.m. to like 3 a.m. and like you were still going at like 3 a.m. Like once
yeah,
you get going, like there's no stopping you. And like I said, like on like really difficult like cold approach street sets, like when the girls were walking, I think you went like 8 for 8 or like 9 for 9 or something on like one of the days, and they were like hot girls too. Like we had those guys were like they were like there for like modeling week or something. I think you remember they like were like congratulating us on the approaches. I think you
Oh
guys
yeah, yeah, yeah. Those
like that
motherfuckers.
one tall
Oh
guy who was
shit,
like my height. They were like the two model guys.
bro. We're
Well,
and yeah, that's another
yeah,
thing, man. Like
these
we
were
are
like
in.
very hot girls. You know, it was like
Yeah,
guys are
bro.
like coming up to us and like congratulating us on the streets. Or like the
Yo,
one
that's
girl I
fucking
chased
hilarious.
into the Moxie. That girl's like, in my opinion, you know, like fucking hot. And
Dude, I
you know what
it's funny
guys
you
were
didn't even plan
under.
that. You didn't even plan that weekend specifically knowing that it was model week or some shit. There
Well,
was like
for
that's
guys,
wild. Yeah.
not for girls. But like,
Right. Oh,
my
okay.
point
Yeah.
is, we had like male models coming up to us and
Yeah.
being like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, you guys are crushing it."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was wild, dude. It was
Yeah.
wild. Like that's another like byproduct of this too, and that's why this is a totally different lane than like just selling a bunch of like online products and copy paste stuff. This is like I'm not even like in competition with these people. That's a wholly different thing altogether. This is just more about honestly just becoming a fucking man and just
Yeah.
leveling up like as a dude, growing like, a set of balls that really never leaves you. Like it, so it may be just focused on targeting women, so to speak, and then those balls never leave you. So you start to see it bleed into other areas of your life as well. You're like, oh fuck, I got a promotion. Oh fuck, I'm able to like look my father in the eye. I'm able to look my mother in the eye. I'm able to like. So there's a tremendous benefits that come with it as well. It's just because once you take care of this massive fear in what most guys' hearts and be able to just conquer it without any hesitation, you know, all your other areas seem to get patched up as well. The only problem is most guys like myself, you start to fall in love with it so much, it does require a lot of time and
Yeah.
you know, maybe your finances will struggle a little bit, which has always kind of been the case for me, so to speak. But because you know, once I'm out in the field, like so much, I love it so much. Like,
Dude, once you get going, you're like an NBA player who like gets hot from three. Like once like one or two falls down, it's just like over. Like I've never seen anything like it in my life. And like I said, like I'm like very good with girls, like compared to the average guy. But like you
yeah,
fucking blew me out of the water in like a good way, which is what I wanted. Like I've never seen anything like it. And like again, this is like in Miami, like cold street approach, like girls with guys, girls with their moms, you know, moms with their daughters. Like it doesn't matter to Scotty. You're getting girls' numbers like while we were driving, you know, like this
anywhere.
guy's
Yeah,
like
yeah. No,
12
I
high.
fire off. You're right, bro. Like if you
Yeah.
guys are NBA fans, which I am, I'm not as into it today, but like I'm a diehard sports fan, especially NBA and stuff, and I'm like a walking encyclopedia with people. So if you guys are familiar with the player J.R. Smith, I used to like him a lot back in the day.
Mhm.
He was the weirdest NBA player. Like he was always like a six man. He got I think the six man of the year one year, and he would come off the bench because the coaches didn't trust him because his shot selection was really fucking was bad and stuff. And is like, but once the dude would get hot, he had all the physical ability in the world. He could have been like a Michael Jordan type player, but like, dude, I've seen him drop like 50 in a game against LeBron. Like once he gets hot, he just shoots from anywhere, bro. Some of the most ridiculous. If type in J.R. Smith highlight reels and it's ridiculous. You'd be like, yo, is this guy a Hall of Famer? Because it doesn't make sense. But he just, you know, his
Oh yeah.
IQ and his love for the game just wasn't there. But like, it was
I
crazy.
forgot to mention too, like hired guns. That was another big thing. I hadn't done much from day game, but like no problem to Scotty.
That's
Yeah.
great, dude. Yeah, no, it's wild
You
too.
remember
And
like when we had those girls at Voodoo, I think it was like twerking on us with like and
oh, yo,
then
that was so much fun.
yeah,
Yo, that was so
yeah.
much fun.
The one I had was like super fucking hot. Like the chick
Oh, she was fly as fuck,
yeah,
bro. You know that the only sad part about it is when guys come to me from and they leave their hometown. It's like I feel like they aren't as incentivized to like follow up with these numbers and shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the only drawback. So that you have a very small window to like close on these girls.
Well,
So
like we've talked about, I'm gonna have you come to my neck of the woods for next time. So
for
it'll
sure, I
be
can't wait for that one.
even better. I think I'm looking forward to it. But
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. That's gonna be
I
awesome because
really sorry
I
to
have a
interrupt
funny
you, but
feeling
like
that.
yeah,
Sorry, I have a funny feeling that the leads you get during that one is going to be totally different. You're going to be like,
100%.
oh, I smashed
Yeah,
this
because
one. I smashed that
I
one.
know
Yeah.
I'll have fucking time to close them, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, like I just want to impress upon your audience. Like I'm good enough to know like who's good or who's not, and like this, like I've worked with guys or like been out with guys as friends who are like dating coaches or assistants on other guys like boot camps, and Scotty blows all these guys out of the water. Like it's not close.
Thank you, my man. Yo, that means a
And
lot.
it's like
I'm not surprised.
you can go really sexual, you can go like not very sexual, like you're
Mhm.
completely adaptable based on the situation, you know, and just the way he was able to like escalate on girls I was talking to, but like getting them interested in me, you know what I mean? Like you can win man really well. It's a really well-rounded toolkit.
I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I do feel that way as well. I just know it at my core because I've invested. Like it's one of those things in life that when you feel like you've gotten to a certain level and you've invested so much time in it, like if you're really good at whatever, I don't know, but I'm sure there's pro boxers who feel this way, or probably Michael Jordan right now feels like he could still play
Yeah.
or he probably could fuck up 99% of the population out there. So like, it's just one of those things, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud that
You should be proud, dude.
yeah,
Like,
I am proud of it. Like I
again,
really
I
am.
want your audience to know, like, you're the only guy I've met who probably likes more girls more than I do in my whole life. Like, you love this shit. Like, I genuinely believe you would be doing game if there was like no coaching at stake for you or no money. You know, like I can tell the passion for it.
Oh my god, dude,
Dude,
absolutely.
we did it for like
That's a great
13
point.
hours straight, and I have a lot of energy, and I'm a little younger than you are, and I was like fucking exhausted by the end of it. You're like, let's keep going, let's keep going. Like, you know, like I just love to see it. Like I've never encountered guys like that, so it was just cool to be able to work with someone like that. You know, it was inspiring.
Yeah, my man. It was, and I thank you for all the flowers. I mean, it's like it's an honor, bro. I love it. It's the best. I always say this to this day, man. It's the best investment I ever made. I'll never shit on. I mean, it's too hard for me to shit on the industry. I know there's a lot of fucking frauds out there, but what industry doesn't? And it's like, um, I don't know. I think it provided a platform or like a space in which I was able to give myself enough permission with enough guys around me to just really get the motor going and like push me into set and stuff. And I think that took care of a lot of issues. A lot of guys don't realize that once you really are given that freedom and it feels permissible to just open anyone, anywhere, anytime, under any circumstances, like that is a huge chunk of the fear that's holding men back. And once the brain is free from that burden, all of a sudden you can start thinking clearly, you can start seeing things clearly, you could be a little bit more, read social cues better. So a lot of things just unfold naturally once you get rid of these deep levels of anxiety and peer pressure to not act, in public and stuff. You'd be surprised. That took, you can almost, I always have a hard take that like, that's like 70% of the game. I still think you need to learn some technical things at that point.
Mhm.
But once you have like complete and utter social freedom, all of a sudden, like things start to unfold naturally. Like we throw around this term like, oh, this guy's a natural, that guy's a natural. Well, we do all once we're free of fear and social anxiety and all that stuff, like, yeah, you start to become and develop a lot of natural traits. Like you're not even, it's almost autopilot and you go on default. Hence why it's so difficult for me to sometimes even coach because, I don't, to sit there and articulate it like after the fact is something I really had to work on as a coach. That's why running demos and doing this by yourself is one thing, but then becoming a good coach is a whole nother thing as well. I know you can learn just by, see it to believe it type of stuff, but there's an aspect that needs to be, thoroughly explained too and
Yeah.
articulated. So that's
Look,
the part where I needed to work on.
I'll jump in quick. Like the see it to believe it like helped a lot. Like okay, like yeah, like it's possible to like seduce a girl while she's working at a high end shoe store or like in front of her mom or whatever during the day. But just like you're able to give like really specific feedback, like completely tailored to me. Like okay, Brent, like I think your strengths are like X, Y, and Z, but like your weaknesses are like this, and that. You know, like it was pretty like nitty gritty stuff with like body language and I mean all kinds of things. But I can tell you're really able to tailor it to like the specific guy. And I think most dating coaches nowadays are like very like cookie cutter with their advice, but like Scotty's like really looking at the strengths and weaknesses you bring to the table as a guy and like adjusting your game based on that. I don't
Well, I
think
just want to
many
make
dating
this.
coaches can do that.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I just want to make this crystal clear that, like, yeah, now for the first time ever, I mean, I do have close to 10 years, I think, of like coaching and stuff with guys and helping guys out. But like this time, I've never been so fucking serious. It's my livelihood now. I've never taken it to this extreme. So now I do have 10 years of personal training as well. So I always had it in me to like help people and try to get them better at whatever they're doing and encourage them or whatever's necessary. Tough love or, calibrating even how you coach. There's got to be a certain, method to it of hitting the right buttons at the right time in the student so you get the best out of him so that you can really get this guy running on all cylinders. Basically, it's like getting a horse or something in condition to fucking run marathon. It is an art. But I could say with the utmost confidence that, yeah, like this is the most serious I've ever been when it comes to coaching guys. So like, I don't know how much longer my window is. Unfortunately I had to go through a 7-year like hiatus for whatever reason and was in a very dark place. But like now that I'm all in on this the past couple of years, yeah, man, hop on board while there's still time, because I don't know where, I'm going to be in 10 years from now, like, or 5 years. That'd be a blessing if I could still run it for another decade. That'd be wild, quite frankly. But yeah, man, that's all I can say for sure.
Yeah, and like again, like I think you went like above and beyond. Like your energy levels really impressed me. Just like Saturday, like we went at it, for a long time. You're like, no, like let's keep going. Like again, I could just like really see the passion for it, and I really don't think many dating coaches, if any, like have that level of energy and passion that you do.
Yeah, it's hard for me to tell. Like, I don't know. I don't know these people. This guy's, Brent's been around them recently. So the last encounter I've had with an actual coach was 12 to 15 years ago. I was something like that. I worked with, someone who was regarded as one of the best at the time, Brad P. I say his name a lot, and I give him a ton of credit. Some of his assistant coaches definitely were getting laid and were better than me at the time. So they definitely played a role in this, for sure. But, again, I think I've far surpassed the master, so to speak, and done my own thing. But I don't give a fuck about that. I think this guy right here, Brent, it's fun to talk about that shit. We're like wired to always compare and who's the best, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I want like my students to bypass me if they could. Like, I don't give a fuck. There's enough to go around for everybody. There's enough action for people. There's enough pussy for people. Like, there's plenty of pussy out there to be had, bro. Because there's a very small percentile of men that are taking a whole bunch of women. So like, they need to get spread out, quite frankly. What we're doing, they don't realize that for those few women listening to this podcast, we're helping you guys. We're helping you guys out indirectly. We're getting more fucking men who actually will have the balls to approach you and be attractive, right?
We saw maybe one guy doing like night game street approaches, like
yeah,
the whole weekend in Miami, and like Miami's supposed to be kind of a game mecca, and it's basically just you and I. Like maybe in Voodoo, there was like one guy approaching on top of us. So it's kind of a lonely road out there. So
it is. Yeah.
It was good to connect with someone who likes game as much as I do, and cares about getting better. And like Scotty, like he's still like, I want to get better too. Like I could tell you just genuinely love it. And again, like I think that's just hard to find.
Yeah, man. I wish I could clone myself, and if I could, I would literally hire myself too, because I don't think there's a ceiling to this. I think having somebody around with, who could just objectively give like good feedback and see things from different angles and, make constant corrections at all times. Like there's always room for improvement, man. That just think about that for a second. There's always some level of improvement that you could be making, especially with a set of professional eyes on you who doesn't really have any stake in it in terms of like emotional, like, because your emotions are running in some of these sets, and yeah, like they're all over the place.
It's so easy to Monday like morning quarterback it, you know.
I know,
like,
yeah,
it's totally different like when you're in it and your ego's on the line, and it's like all real time, you know.
Dude, it's so corny. Like, I know these videos do good sometimes, and I've gotten a lot of recommendations to do like these, you know, breakdown, guys and coaches in field and shit. I just can't really, I don't know, like, because I just can't really get behind it. Like, I've seen guys do that with some of my game. Like, yo, it's a lot easier when the bullets are flying. You know, like, it's a lot easier said than done. And I think you said it best. It's Monday morning quarterback type shit, armchair quarterback shit. You know what I mean? And like, I remember, like, I forget who it was, Brady or someone, like, put some guy in his place who like was ripping him apart on Monday morning, some analyst. Yeah. He was like, yeah, he could have done this throw. That throw is so shitty. Oh my God, that throw is so bad. Everything's easier in 2020 hindsight, bro. Like, when you're in the ring, everybody's got to play them until you get punched in the face. Like once you're in the ring and the bullets are flying, you know, you got to come up with these things on the fly. So it's, you know, it's really unfair to the person, really, to like sit there and dissect them after the fact. I mean, I don't know. I don't see the value too much in it. You can kind of have an idea of who's real, who's not, you know, like using our brain and shit. Like you know, like, I don't think it's 100% necessary, really. But
yeah, I mean, it's really nice to have a guy like being able to give you like objective feedback from the outside, right? Like, again, like it's stuff like maybe I could have figured it out eventually, but it would have taken me years. Whereas opposed to some of the feedback I got from you, all it took was 1 weekend of working with you, and it's like stuff on my body language, you know, or my posture or my intonation, like just really like immediate feedback that I can use going forward. I thought was valuable. And I think the way you structure your program's smart too. I think Saturday was like, I mean, they were still challenging sets for sure, but it was like a little gentler, like ease me into it. And like Sunday, like it was really like, okay, let's do like as absolutely like as tough as possible in Miami. You know, so like the point being, like, I thought you had like a smart approach to how you were running your program. It was purposeful, I thought.
Yeah, it's getting better and better. I make constant improvements, and I do take I take the people's advice as well. Like, I'm open to suggestions. I'm not closed minded. I don't think I have like, again, I just have the mindset.
An ego about this shit. Like, you care about like, getting your guys better and the love of the game. Like, I can tell you don't have some fucking big ego about it or whatever.
Nah, man, I come from humble beginnings, man. I definitely have humble beginnings. How easy it was for me, that's a whole nother story once I got the ball rolling, but that's irrelevant. Like, I was stuck, man. I was in a bad place. I wasn't getting laid in high school. Like, I was an extremely anxious, insecure kid. And I still have introvert tendencies. So like, that's why you have to tailor make these sessions, because like, in your day-to-day life, what is it going to look like? Do I have to do some more, what is it called? Like, you know, integration in terms of like the environment and overall just being very social and outgoing to those around you and your environment and spreading good vibes. I think that's essential for someone like me, because I'm a very to myself, like, introverted type of guy, really. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think so. No, everybody laughs at that. Yeah. No, I know. When you see it, you're like, that's total bullshit, bro. You know you're not. Like, you're really selling yourself short. But like, it's kind of the truth. Like, in a way, I have those tendencies to go back to that place. So I don't know. I feel really good by including other people in the environment and like making somebody smile or making a couple smile. You know, there's one that I like always use now. It's a staple in my day. Like, I'll walk up to a couple and be like, you guys are the cutest couple I've seen all day by far. And they're like, oh my God, it's got like a 90% hit rate, maybe higher. Yeah. And it leads to a lot of cool shit. Sometimes these guys will like high five. It's the first time they heard a compliment like that. I'll be like, you know, the world needs some more attractive people. You should guys have some kids immediately. that's the follow up, and they laugh and smile and sometimes exchange numbers, and sometimes they're not a couple, and that girl I've exchanged numbers and gotten with, so it leads to a lot of cool shit, and it makes them smile and shit. I've never really gotten too many bad reactions with it. Um, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I was just making a point that everybody has a tailor-made program when they come to me, and I really look at each individual, as opposed to just copying some blueprint. It's not designed like that. We're all like have our own shortcomings, weaknesses, and strengths that you need to really look at closely. This guy Brent is a very, very unique case. He's a very unique case study. He's got a lot of information, which could be a bad thing sometimes when it comes to game and everything. That whole analysis by paralysis is real, and you're questioning something. You're questioning something based on somebody else's opinion or feedback or their own experience, and then you're using that as opposed to getting your own experience. At least you have something to speak on. You're speaking on now something, real and something from your own experience. I can't stand these guys who are, have counter arguments based on other people's experience. Like it's all secondhand knowledge.
Yeah.
It doesn't even, it's not even coming from a real place. Like at least have 2 feet to stand on when you're backing up or making an argument about something, or, oh, well, what about this? Well, where did you get that from? Oh, I got that from such and such coach. Like, are you fucking dumb, bro? Like, speak on your own behalf. Speak on your own experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should always test these things out in the field for yourself. Put whatever somebody says or any suggestion you hear on the internet, like, test it out in the field over and over again, see if it works, and then you can speak on it. But other than that, you should really keep your mouth shut, your ears open, and be willing to learn.
Completely agree. Yeah.
So what else could we get into? We can get into also about that Brickle thing, just to top that off. Yeah, like I kind of hang in there, and idealistically, I would never pick this to be my optimal market. But another benefit to learning this skill set is that you can adapt under a lot of different sceneries and different markets and stuff like that, and you'll be able to hang in there like regardless. But it's all about optimization at the end of the day. And I don't even think this is necessarily like my optimal market. He knows, Brent knows my type of girl, the girls I'm looking for, my vibe, my look. Like there's always going to be an environment that it's even your product market type shit. Like it's going to be more optimal markets for me to play this game.
I like too that you were kind of like testing me in different markets, or like we were trying different areas out, being like, okay, where are you strong, where are you weak, what I mean? You're putting thought into like where I could knock it out of the park, like what areas were tougher for me. I think
honestly,
that's
I think
being able to tailor it to your guy you're working with.
For sure, man. Yeah. I think a lot of, from what I've seen and what I heard, is that a lot of dating coaches overlook just shit like that. They sell you a dream that, like once you learn the skill set, like all external circumstances are irrelevant. I don't want it. They're all excuses. You get girls anywhere, everywhere. And it may be the case, but like, you have to kind of lean into go to where you're naturally gravitating towards. Like I never understood that. So it's more sustainable that way. Like, go target the girls that you really feel you're naturally attracted to and drawn to, and maybe the music scene that you like, or certain lounges or bars that you really fuck with and connect with. Like you have to connect with your environment as well. And so many people overlook that. And if you just connect with your environment and you feel like you really blend in well, it's just going to optimize your results, like by far. I think too many dating coaches are like selling everybody a dream that you just learn, this sort of blueprint and skill set, and all of a sudden just, anywhere and everywhere, it's all the same, blah, blah, blah. It's utter nonsense. It's total bullshit,
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think we identified pretty quickly. I like the Brickell City area the best. That's kind of what worked for me. And like, I'll say too, like you could tell Scotty like really gives a fuck about his clients. Like he was like, "Oh, I worked with this guy this past weekend, and like he was better in this area, you know, and like this guy was better here." You can tell like you're thinking about your students, and you like know where they're good at and like what they need to work on. You know what I mean? And like I
Yeah,
talked to the one guy you've worked with on the phone, and
that was
like
dope. Yeah, that was
you
cool.
care about these guys. You know, they aren't just like money or whatever. Do you?
Absolutely not, dude.
Yeah, like
Absolutely fucking
you're
not.
putting thought into them.
Yeah, I do come from pretty humble, like a very. I've had a very interesting story. I don't want to make this about me, but like, yeah, I've kind of like stepped into a really good situation initially. My dad was a very successful businessman, and then I've been at the top, so to speak, and not really had any financial worries. And then all of a sudden, later in life, once you retired, I found myself like literally homeless for months. So I've just experienced a lot of different like rock bottoms. Um, Definitely struggled with addiction and shit like that. So I don't know. I just yeah, it's hard for me to get a big ego knowing where I came from. You know, if you know your
Yeah,
history, it's very difficult to just be totally money hungry when you know you can, you know, survive on the streets, so to speak, and just like it's not the end of the world. It's wonderful. It's a great resource and you know facilitates fun experiences sometimes. But like other than that, I don't give a fuck. It's not like it's not going to make or break me at the end of the day, you know.
yeah.
So yeah,
You
I
have a
do.
good little network of guys you've worked with too. That's something else people should know about. Like,
Yeah,
once you've worked with Scotty and he's kind of like vetted you, we go into this group chat and you know there's guys in there getting really good at results, like 100+ leg count guys just from cold approach. And I'd say like almost every day I would say there's guys like posting about closing some new girls. So it's like kind of helps you. It helps hold you accountable, you know. Like if you haven't got anything new, you're like, shit, I have to get back out there to like compete with these guys. So he's got like, and it's still, you know, it's like small. It's like kind of like close knit. It's like a nice little community you're building up, I would say, slowly but surely. So
yeah.
that's another little perk of working with you.
And I try to keep it as pure as possible in terms
Yeah,
of
I
like,
like that you keep it a little smaller. I think that's good.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
listen, dude, I may never, I probably won't because I'm just not, you know, I don't know if I'm like a great It's just I'm not a great marketer. I don't know. I don't think I. Anyway, whatever. But like, yeah, it's maybe I will stay relatively small, so to speak, compared to some of these other programs and have a bunch of people working for me. I don't know where the future, what it holds, but I like what I'm building right now. It is a nice community, and I try to keep it as pure as possible in there because you have to, first of all, do a boot camp with me to even get into the group.
yeah,
So, you know, you can connect with these guys who have actually worked with me. They know what they're talking about, and I really do have like a personal relationship with most of these dudes in there.
hmm
I did kind of dilute it, I guess you could say, a little bit with putting guys who have done phone consultations with me or Zoom, you know, bought a bunch of Zoom calls with me. I'll give those guys like the green light to enter it as well, which is fine. But other than that, I'm never just going to open it up, you know,
yeah.
completely without any sort of like one-on-one time with me at all, you
No,
know?
there's definitely some dogs in there.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes me proud. I'm like a proud father, bro.
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like a proud father, bro. It really
Yeah.
does feel cool. Like
Yeah, no, I told you it's like kind of nice to have like an older brother figure in the game, like finally, because it can be like a very lonely road, like when you like it more than all your friends, you know, and you're like going out solo. You know what I mean? It's like nice to have guys who've like have been there and been through the battles, so to speak.
I love it, man. Yeah, no, I have like real love for you and all these other guys. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, man, because it is a lonely road. Not a lot of people identify with it. I mean, it's
It takes a
wild.
fuck ton of courage. Like if you come from a more introverted background, you know, like it takes a lot of heart to do it. So
Yeah, yeah, and it's really been the whole thing is unfortunate. Like it's kind of cringes me out that it's gotten muddied up and it's dirty, but I know at my core, I always resonated with it, and I believe in it from the bottom of my heart that this needs to be done, and it's like it's turning boys into men. You know what I mean? Like it really is. It's make
yeah, dude. Like I have a tough professional job. I think this is like builds way more character than my fucking career does. As tough as it is, and it's fucking tough, but this has
bro.
leveled me up way more as a man, like truth be told. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. It's unfortunate. I think it should be a part of the curriculum or something in school, but they'll
Yeah.
never do that. Like, but
Yeah.
this is what honestly all young men are missing. Like, they don't. When do we ever apply ourselves to learn how to like deal with each other or build up a social battery like you
And
call it?
once you learn it, like no one can ever take it away from you. Like it doesn't matter if you're
Yeah,
rich, broke, like you always have that no matter what. You always
it's
have like this valuable skill set that can't be taken from you.
it's fucking true, man. It's
Yeah.
fucking true, dude. Like, it will never ever go away. Like, you'll get laid no matter what. Like, if you're broke, if you're homeless, like, you'll always find a way to get laid, dude. You
Yeah.
just have that.
The girls, they
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Like I know you have clients who are millionaires and like super successful guys, and like the money really doesn't matter to them.
Dude, I would say
I can
like
say that from
90% of
firsthand
my
experience.
clients are doing better than me financially.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, it is what it is.
I'm doing really well. I know you have guys doing better than me. You know,
It's dope that I can connect some of these guys too, and it's so great to see like my vision actually coming true, because again, I've had exposure to the industry now for since 2008 really, and I've got invited to these pickup mansions as a coach, and that's how I met Chris. Everybody knows my story there. It's like, you know, I have much love for Brad P and them, but there was a lot of things I didn't like him do either. And I didn't like some of the aftercare treatment. It was kind of just like you work with them and you kind of don't hear from them really. I mean, you do get put into like a forum, but no one has this level of personal attention with the coach after the actual program, which I'm proud of. Like, I'm fucking proud of.
I like that you've like followed up with me a few times. And like now that I'm in the chat, like the other guys are like tearing it up. I'm like, shit, I have to like get back out there. That's all good stuff. That's what you need, the accountability.
Yeah. And also like the whole thing too, I guess I never even thought of this prior to this, but I'll mention it that the group does have some maybe reports and pictures of hot women and stuff like that. But
Guilty as charged.
like, god damn, bro, like, I don't know, like, it inspires a lot of us, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
think
we're
it's
not
awesome. I tried to post the one chick I hung out with on Memorial Day like right away.
bro, put it this way.
Yeah.
The funny part was our first night when Brent was mentioning that he was impressed with my social battery, and it was like 2 in the morning or 2:30 in the morning or something, and we were just like
The whole day too. It's like
two things could be true at once, where my body was just shutting down, but my brain was just like rolling and wanted to keep going. It was like, it's better. Like, I always say to this day, it's like better than any drug I've ever taken. And I have a lot of experience with drugs. So this is the best drug. It's the most pure and natural, but you have to like earn it in a way, which is very unique. Even like when I roll out of bed, I don't just have it. I kind of got to get in that flow state again, knowing that it's available is the beauty of it, but like, so anyway, at like 2:30 in the morning, we're sitting there just taking like a little rest at that North Italia restaurant in Brickell, and these two hot ass girls, both 21, like super hot girls. I opened them up. Brent was talking to the other hot girl. We both got their number and shit. It was both. It was a pretty good.
Yeah, they were really hot girls too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, like, these chicks, comes to find out after I ended up smashing one of them, like, and we've been going back and forth ever since till this day. That boot camp actually got me some really, really good leads that are still alive to this day. So you definitely helped elevate my game. Keep that in mind. Surround yourself with really good guys. Humble yourself.
Scotty, let me tell your audience, I kind of like that you were like, shit, like, this guy's pretty decent. Like, I need to up my game up. Like, I could see you like slowly ratcheting it up over the course of the weekend. Like, bro, I love that you were like, I need to bring the fucking heat. That was so cool to see. I thought
I needed to be. I needed to be reminded that.
Turning the dial up. You're like,
yeah,
you're like, okay, this guy's not bad. Like, I need to fucking bring it. Like, I love how he rose to the challenge. It was cool to see.
Bro, honestly, man, like, you don't see it that often. Like, being a coach, I'm so grateful that I'm having more and more people that I'm what my brand, so to speak, is attracting
It's
is
like guys who are actually good with girls.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
it's
Like
really cool.
all you guys who suck, stay away from me. I don't want nothing to do with you. No, I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But like, it is fun, bro. Like it just elevates me. It reminds me that, oh wow, there's a lot of room to grow, and you can like leverage being around such a cool guy who's got his shit together as well and could get hot chicks, and you're just blown away at it elevates your game, bro. It 10x's your game. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, it is. So much so that male models were like, yo, exchanging numbers with us. Like, yo, what are you guys doing later? Let's definitely link up.
Like, what are you guys doing? Just from seeing us open girls on
Isn't that cool, bro? What it could do.
I guess it was like South Beach or like kind of near South Beach, Midtown maybe.
Yeah, it was Lincoln Road.
Lincoln Road Mall.
Yeah. Shit was epic, bro. And like
that was cool. Yeah.
Anyway, to wrap up that last set, it was probably like our last one of the night, and we hit it out of the park. And like the quality, just for example, these girls are invited to like Kai Sinet's pool party. Just think of that. Like you have to be official. You have to be really official to be getting fucking invited to pool parties at Kai Cenat. If you guys know who he is, like the #1 streamer or whatever, like these are the girls that we were bagging and stuff like that. So the quality was really, really good, really high.
I can't think of a single time where like we pussied out based on quality or anything. Like,
right.
We were going in on like everything we thought was hot, like everything was fair game. They were really, I'm sure some of these girls are like mini models who are like OnlyFans chicks or whatever, like hot Miami girls, like the stereotypical shit. Like
these are the girls that have access.
We're going in on all of it. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these are the girls that have access to like the top guys, they get paid trips for, because when you really think about it, bro, like those girls are 21. How do you think they're going to yacht parties and like living up the life? Like fucking, they get to live the life like celebrities, bro. It's crazy, like mini celebrities. Like it's amazing the leverage that. This is why social media is here to stay. Like it's definitely helped elevate like the average young woman, or like especially the hot young women. Like they get to live like little celebrities because they know they have access to like, the top 1% of dudes who, as far as the tax bracket, right? So it's crazy. Yeah. That's not going away, man. It's incredible. It's really hurt the average male. So even more of a reason to get your shit together and level the fuck up, man.
But the nice news is like those girls still want to fuck guys with good game,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're open game.
What's in your bank account? Like if you have game, that's what matters to them.
That is fact. Yeah.
And it just really impressed me how you're just very versatile. Like girls working, girls with their moms with their daughters. You can make stuff happen. Like there are really no excuses for you with sets. Like just about any pretty girl, like you're like, well, let's go make something happen. And
I'm grateful that you are able to notice that, because I didn't realize it until it happened, where some dude, PWF or whatever, like he said some shit that like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I guess I didn't know it did, but he was like, my game is so different from Scotty's, blah blah blah. He's more just very sexually aggressive game versus mine.
Bullshit, dude.
He's putting me in a box, and I didn't like that, because I'm like, I'm a good game to me is like the ability to calibrate.
You're a sweetheart half of the time.
It's the ability to calibrate is really good game and adjust no matter where you are. If a girl is DTF, are you going to be the guy to pick that up real quick and be down to fuck her like in the backseat of your car? Are you going to be, is it worth?
Buddy, you're on mute.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on mute?
I lost you.
Can you hear me? Yo, hold on one second. Can you hear me? Brent.
I can't hear you at all.
I could hear you, bro. Fuck. Yo, Brent, are you there? Yo, maybe you're on mute, man. Maybe you're on mute. Yo, Brent. Oh, 1 second. Yo, Brent. How about now? Nothing. Still nothing. I'm sorry, guys. Hold
Can't
on.
hear you also.
What?
Oh, now I got you back.
You got me back?
Yeah, that was so weird, man. I couldn't hear anything you were saying, but
It's all good. No big deal.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was just saying, like that whole thing about like, I immediately like stopped him from saying, I'm like, yo, chill out. I'm like, yo, my game, it's not just a sexually aggressive game. It's not the only thing I do. Like that's not it. That's not it
You
at
were
all.
gaming with their entire family there. Like you couldn't go completely sexual. I saw it firsthand.
Right.
Like we talked about, you have like a deep bag of moves for sure.
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
do. I really do. I could proudly say that I do. I'm pretty well rounded.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
just
mean,
a
I
fact
have
that
prep.
I saw with my own eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's something
But,
you're trying to work with on me, like rounding out the toolkit a bit, you know.
oh, no doubt. Yeah, rounding up the
Yeah.
toolkit is bro. Like once
Yeah.
you are the guy. Like if you stick with this, and obviously we're gonna do another one in North Carolina. But like, I'll say this. I'll say this straight up. You're gonna surpass me without a doubt. Like if you
I hope so,
stick,
man. I'd
if
be
you
happy.
stick with me, bro, you're gonna be an absolute demon. You're gonna be an absolute fucking beast, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's some guys in my group. So get on board, guys, if you're listening. Like there's guys in my group that are gonna be better, like young versions and better versions of Scotty, bro, because they're
There's
getting
some
the
dogs in
best
there for
version
sure.
of me right now, like
Yeah.
dead ass.
Like I won't say his name, but you got that 23-year-old guy who's like tearing it up like every day. He's like closing you, girl. Like there's some good dudes in there for sure.
yeah, yeah.
There's some talented guys.
Shout out to him. He knows who he is, Kevin. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
and that's kid
yeah.
is
He's a
crushing.
dog. He's an inspiration.
Yeah, he's an inspiration, bro. There's a lot of beasts, bro. I'm telling you, there's another
Yeah,
guy.
it's not just like all newbie guys or like guys who are holding their hands. There's some good guys in there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Brent. This is why you're never gonna get the rawest as much as this shit, because like I'm kind of don't even know. I'm not like doing this to just like get just as much like water down my clientele and make it a bunch of just fucking loser incel guys. Like no offense
Yeah.
if that's you, but like I'm not watering it down to that, because to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm the right fit for you if you are
Right.
one of those people.
Dude,
Because
well, the thing with you is like you love game like so fucking. It's like hard to keep up with you. You have to like really like girls, you know.
right.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of these guys that you know of, these famous guys on YouTube, like
They don't fucking like girls like that, dude.
yeah, they pollute their like network and their clientele, whatever their groups, their Telegram groups, like with a bunch of fucking loser pussies who don't even fucking go out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll throw them under the bus. Like, I think it's Game Global or something. Like, there's just a bunch of cornballs, bro. Like, who, there's like 830 something members, and I remember like trying to tap in with somebody when I was on vacation, and to have that many fucking members and barely get any bites, because dude, that means you just look what you attracted. Look what you drew in there. I want everybody in my group, whether it's small or not, to be like out there actually crushing it and doing well, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Or
agree.
you start to dilute it, man. And I think that's a huge aspect, because that was one knock on Brad P's program, is that like the aftercare just wasn't really there. So it's definitely something I'm proud of, that I build up a pretty good network of like good guys that stay in touch with each other. They hang out with each other when they travel, like a brotherhood of guys to fucking connect with. I think that's something I always wanted. I'm like, yo, the boot camp, what Brad offered was dope. I loved it. I support it. And it was like, but the aftercare, I think, is where he was kind of falling.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
someone for me, like I work all the fucking time. My career is crazy. So like, that accountability, that little extra push for like the game focus is like really key for me. And like, and also like I think it's a compliment to you that you have some really good clients. It's like guys in their early 20s who are like 100+ lays from just cold approach. You have millionaire guys who are like 100+ lays working for you. Like you're getting some pretty good guys for sure.
I love it, man. I hope
Yeah.
I hope it keeps happening. It's going to keep happening for sure.
I think so. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the last guy you worked with was pretty good. He told me.
Yeah. No,
It's
this
kind
whole
of
month,
similar to me, right? Like,
bro, this month has been really a sight to see for sure. Like it's a bunch of dudes who all have up over 100. Which,
yeah,
by the
dude,
way,
it's a
I
huge
want to
compliment.
mention that. I'm not just saying it. Like, there's a little bit of a caveat to a 100 leg count in 2025 because like this guy openly admitted to me like he's like, this is the one generation where you can actually still feel like a complete pussy.
I
And,
have 100 lays.
there's some truth to that because
Yeah.
you can kind of inflate that shit without really addressing your fears and your balls and, you know, the shit that actually comes with cold approach. Guys don't fully understand what it involves and what you have to tap into to actually keep fighting through it and shit. So it's like, this guy would just openly said it, and he's over 100. But so I don't know. The body count thing is just one metric, but there's a lot of complexity to it as well. Like there's a lot that just goes into it. It's just a number at the end of the day, but like it shows some level of like, okay, you have sexual experience with a lot of girls, but are you impressed, for example, with some guy who said like, yo, I'm up over 200 from fucking a bunch of escorts, maybe a couple drunk girls from bars. So, it's
Yeah,
all you have to really look into that number. Like,
for
I
sure.
can tell I don't give a fuck about the number. If I go out in the field with you and you're a newbie level and
Oh
you have
yeah.
100 bodies, it means nothing.
If you suck, you're getting exposed with Scotty pretty quickly. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna get exposed.
There's no hiding it in day game.
Yeah, there's no hiding, bro. You
There's no
get
hiding it.
you get stacked up real quick. Like
Yeah,
the market will stack.
immediately, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
immediately. The
yeah,
market will immediately humble you or either like see where you stand on the pecking order. It's like getting thrown into a fire. You immediately find out. There's no hiding. You can hide in night games, so to speak. You can hide on the
apps for
internet.
sure. You can hide.
Yeah, you can hide
Yeah.
on a lot of these venues, but like we're taking guys to the most elite.
It's like
You know,
Miami, like the bougiest areas, whatever toughest areas. It's like mono a mono, and you're like throwing it down. So
it's
your
hardcore,
clients
bro.
are too. Like I was tearing it up.
Say it again, man. You said what? Oh, night
Oh, I
game.
said your clients are too. Like I was tearing it up on a lot of sets with you. But
Oh my god, bro,
yeah,
you fucking
yeah.
smoking it, bro. Like Brent out of the gate, day one, racked up like 14 numbers, and like these girls were, I would say, what, like 70-80% of them were
There
all like,
was a lot. Yeah,
they
yeah,
were all responding
yeah,
and shit. So
yeah.
I
I mean,
think
it's one of those things. I wanted to just keep working with you, as opposed to like trying to make something happen. But
keep in mind, guys, if you're listening too, like I'll mention this, it's kind of set in stone where I will be linking up with a dude and we're gonna do like a 6 month where we actually live together and shit like that. It's a trial run to see if it goes well, but if it does go well, I will continue to offer this where I live with a guy or whatever for like 6 months to a year, and we do like 4 sessions per month, day sessions or whatever, and it's a pretty crazy value that guys get.
that's a good service.
That's what I'm doing. So it's gonna keep one foot down in Miami, so I can build on what I've already started, and I'll also potentially be back up in New York as well. So I want my foot in New York, Miami. I'm gonna have a few properties in Atlanta. So yeah, we're definitely spreading it out a little bit for sure, man. But yeah, Brent, let's think of something else. I mean, is there something else that we're just forgetting that,
Yeah.
or
What else can I tell you guys? Is there anything you want to go over?
I'm trying to think if we missed something blatantly that we didn't. But again, guys, we're going right off cuff here. This is the first time we've connected like this. Am I missing something, dude? Like, yeah, what is it that you feel like at this point, um, what type of advice, number one, would you give these guys if they're in a position right now where they're like on the fence and they're unsure, but they really, you know, are getting inspired by this and they're just they want to be able to see it, like what would you tell those
Yeah.
guys?
Work with someone one on one who can give you good feedback and who's really good with girls. Scotty over delivers too. Like I said, I was like exhausted on one of the days. So he's like, "Let's keep going." I have a lot of energy. I have a lot of drive. I'm younger than you, so like you 100% over deliver with your guys. So Yeah, work with someone one-on-one who can give you tailored feedback and like who's done a lot with girls and who like really gives a fuck about the game. That's my advice.
That's awesome, man. And I do appreciate that, Brent. Yeah, it was an honor working with you, man. I do hope, it can. I see you surpassing pretty much like everybody in the group just from the simple fact that you have the raw material, you won the genetic lottery in a sense. Like you have it all, man, and you just need to, tighten up the mouthpiece and the just a lot of it is just like rough around the edges at this point. You just have to dial in and get the reps behind you and the experience behind you. And I think you're
Yeah.
way to like,
It's getting the day game reps in more than anything. So
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I want to do a few more weekends of working at it and then we'll work again in North Carolina and tear it up together. It'll be nice to have you in my city too, where, like, I can follow up with all the numbers. It'll be fun.
yeah. That's another great part about my job, dude. I love traveling. I love seeing these other cities.
Yeah,
It's
I'm excited to show you my place, man. You'll like it. I got a nice setup. The logistics are excellent here, so
Yeah, I look forward to it, man. It's gonna be great because I do think honestly, if you were in Miami right now, you would have let. I would have said you probably would have smashed like two or three of those girls at the very least.
yeah, for sure. I had girls texting me like while I was like on the plane, like headed back to North Carolina. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
man.
Yeah, not to mention you got some other guys you introduced me to in Miami that I could be going out with, but we'll see.
Yeah,
All in due time. Hopefully, I can get set up there in New York City at some point, like we talked about. But
like you have to have an immense love for this. That is one last thing I want to stress upon because, like, you know, this guy could very easily just go on cruise control and just keep running up big numbers. But there's
yeah,
some
yeah.
deep.
I showed you the girls I was getting from apps, like not ugly girls.
No, not at all, bro.
Yeah,
This guy, like, he can very easily just do his thing. It really, I'm humbled by, him even coming, really, quite frankly, because it's like, it's funny. Like sooner or later, all these guys that were sold a dream and they're just doing the online thing on cruise control in similar situations. Because now this is, I've had a handful of guys that are in a similar situation. There's still this deep, I don't know where it's coming from, but they're just, when they're like, I still feel like a pussy and you have to go live life and see girls in an ill city, like you're just missing the boat. You're like, oh fuck, I can't do anything. It's really uncomfortable and awkward, especially if you're in a good city, because it's like you get that fight or flight.
with that shit every day.
Yeah, you get that fight flight response, and you're always fighting. Taking the flight. It's like that sucks, bro. It's gonna always
You know if you have it or you don't. Like I think if you're being honest.
hating loving guys who are fucking girls up there. Like sooner or later, you're not gonna be able to live with yourself, bro. It's gonna keep nagging you and nagging you. The feeling will never go away.
Yeah.
Those girls are leaving. They're living rent free in your brain because you'll look at a girl, you'll stare at her, and you'll back out. So now you're like, fuck, what could have happened? What could have happened? It's the worst way to possibly live. You know what I mean? It just sucks. It sucks massive fucking dick, dude. So yeah, just definitely take advantage of it, man, while it's still here, because
Yeah.
try to listen for those out there. I'm going to try to build up a bunch of young Scotties. I don't know if they'll ever, become coaches themselves. That would be dope if I get one or two guys out of that who want to, at some point take it over or hold the torch. Because, at some point, you bow out respectfully, and that's the way it goes. Like you get so many hot options that what the fuck, like, it's, you get to pick your dream girl, essentially. That I always say, like, your real goal right now, Brent, or whoever's listening, like, is to have like 10 really, really desirable leads that all are like vying for your spot. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how like the hot chick lives right now. Let's be honest. Maybe.
For me, just to be like a lethal weapon in every situation, like it doesn't matter if I'm at the store or like what the context is, I can make something happen. I would say for sure.
Yeah.
Is the goal for me, kind of like what you have.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like today, for example, like it wasn't really turned on for me. I wasn't in a big social state like a boot camp or anything like that, but I was just running some errands and got a hottie at Publix, and then there was another one later on the day that I met up at a kava bar. It was just spur of the moment. We really connected. It was like a good connection. So yeah, man, it's like it never goes away. But I think to get into that place where you can just be going about your day and just, see something and go like without hesitation, that took so many like mass approach, like tons and tons of volume and reps and experience to like make it where you can actually always have it in the background where you're just like, bam, you pull it out of your tool bag and you just got it. And you're ready to go. Like if you don't, I feel like if you don't have that exposure therapy and just tons of volume, like you're not, it's going to be hard because like you're not going to be able to capitalize on those moments where you're not quote unquote gaming. I think that's where essentially you want to be, where it's now fully integrated into your day-to-day life and routine. Like, because let's be honest, most guys are not going to be able to do like hours of volume every weekend. It's just a lot. Most guys to maintain who have jobs and stuff like that and other requirements.
Yeah, they got other obligations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool place to be where you're not in quote unquote game mode or whatever, and you're able to just pick up a hottie, in your travels. It's fucking so.
Agreed.
Wrap this up, man. I mean, unless you have some closing thoughts, I appreciate you coming on, man, and it
Yeah,
continues success.
yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with you again.
Absolutely, Brent. All right, buddy. So, hit me up in the description if you guys want to work with me. Check out your options. Hit me up, and we'll see you on the next one, man. Peace out, boys.
All right. See you, man.
Peace.